Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to do something a little bit different and sit down and talk to you about my baby must-have, newborn essentials, all the things, and then also some things that I did not like and that did not work for us and our baby. Lane is right next to me, so if you hear some cooing and cawing, that is him. But I wanted to do this. I know every single baby is different and products that work for me are not going to work for you, vice versa, all the things. So keep that in mind when I am talking about what works for us. But I know how overwhelming it is to go through Amazon or through all the websites, all the things, and make a registry. So I wanted to sit down and help you guys, hopefully, when doing so. So I made a list. I went through my registry and I picked everything that I love, that I use all the time, that I don't really necessarily love, and hopefully this will help some of you guys out. So first thing, I want to start with things that I absolutely love, we use all the time, we used all the time during the newborn stage, or that we are now coming into now that he is 6 months old, but just things that like we use all the time and help us a ton. So the first thing, these are all random, so I'm sorry the order is going to be all crazy, but the first thing is a Haka. I use my Haka more than anything else, I think, especially the first few months. I stored up hundreds of ounces of breast milk in the freezer from the Haka alone. I never pull out my breast pump because honestly it's kind of a pain in the butt, pulling everything out, washing the parts, all the things. In my first few months of breastfeeding, I was easily able to get 3-4 ounces of feed just from the Haka, and I still use it quite a bit. But now my supply is kind of regulated. I usually get like 2 ounces of feed if I use it, and I honestly don't use it every time anymore because I don't need to. But building up that supply, I use the Haka like crazy. The next thing is my car monitor. I am obsessed with having a car camera. I cannot repeat it enough. I bought both of my best friends one. They're both pregnant right now, and I said this is the only thing that I could not live without. It gives me so much more peace of mind when I'm driving. I could see him so clearly. I don't have to like look in my rear view to look in his mirror to look at him. It's just right on my dash, a nice clear camera. I can see exactly what he's doing and I love it more than anything. I'll also have everything linked down below for you guys to check out the brands I personally use. Obviously you can just get an idea from this video and then do your own research if you want to get other brands, but I will specifically link everything I use down below. The next thing is a portable changing pad. I have 3 of them all around the house. I have one in my purse because I don't usually use a diaper bag, which is actually one of my like things that I don't love and don't use. I never use a diaper bag. I use a purse. I have a little bag of a few diapers, wipes, and a portable changing pad. It folds up really small and I just love having them all around. I have one in my mom's house. I have one down in the living room. I have one in my purse. Yeah, they're all over. So the next thing is a play gym. So we have specifically the Fisher-Price Kick and Play, the purple monkey toy that everyone loves. That's what he's on right now. We do love that one. And then we also have another one. I think it's the Baby Bliss. And it's a wooden one. It looks just like the Love Everyone, which I also love the Love Everyone. It's just a lot more expensive, but I will link both. They're beautiful. And he loves that thing. We could put him on his activity center and he just rolls around. It has a bunch of like touch and feel, different crinkles and different textures for him to roll on his belly and feel those. And we've gotten a lot of use out of all of our kick and plays, our play gyms, all that kind of stuff. Along the same lines as that is an activity center. So once he hit 5 months is when we pulled this out. So this is fairly new to us, but it gives us so much time just to be able to put him down for a minute. He is very much a Velcro baby and wants to be held 100% of the time. So when I can put him down in a fun activity center, it's great. He loves it. We have the Skip and Hop activity center, so it has a bunch of little toys around him. And he really enjoys it. The next thing on my list is a baby bouncer chair. So we have the Baby Delight. It's a lot more affordable of an option than like the Baby Bjorn, but honestly any I think are good. He really loved that as a newborn. He still likes it a lot now, but when he was a baby, they have these little like bars over it, and I always used to just like tie up his contrast cards to it, and it was something that he absolutely loved for so long and was really good for his the visual aspect of putting up the contrast cards. He liked bouncing in it, and that was definitely a win for us. The first one I actually bought, I returned. I got the Maxi Cozy one, and it was more of a rocker, which I did not know when I bought it. When I put it on my registry, I didn't realize that. So that was a rookie mistake. Definitely look into what you're putting on your registry, because I made a ton of mistakes when I made mine. And it was more of a rocker where it literally just like kind of rocked back and forth instead of actually bounced. Definitely did not want the rocker one, so I returned that. I got the Baby Delight, which was like half the price, and he really loved it, and we still use it. Unfortunately, I do think he's outgrowing it now, and it will be retired soon, but he does still love that thing. The next thing, and this is a big one, I know this is a pricey item, it is the Kikaru changing pad. I had so many mixed opinions and mixed reviews on this item. So many people said it was overpriced and not worth it, and just to get a normal changing pad. But I really wanted to get a wipeable changing pad. So I know there are other ones that are wipeable that would be just as good, I think. But I honestly just splurged on this item. I really wanted the Kikaru. I have like that vanilla neutral color. I absolutely love the look of it. And on top of that, it's like a nice cushiony material. It's not like a hard plastic, and I really like that. Lane loves it. It looks great on his dresser. There's no pads that I have to change and wash and like nastiness that gets on it. Literally anything that gets on it, you just wipe it up with a wipe and it is good to go. It is my favorite purchase. I am beyond happy that I got that changing pad. So if you're on the fence about it, I know it's kind of expensive for a changing pad, it really is, but I do really enjoy it, and obviously we use it every single day. Another thing is, people were like, oh, you won't change him in his bedroom, you won't change him on his pad, you're just gonna change him wherever he is, which we do change occasionally, like downstairs, but we never, not once did we change him in our bedroom during the night when he woke up at night. Never did that. And honestly, even when we are downstairs, most of the time we bring him up and change him in his bedroom because it was easier for us. All his stuff was there. That's just how we do. Especially this boy is a sprayer. He like pees every single time his diaper's undone, especially in the first like month or so. And I was like, I'm not changing him on my bed. I'm not changing him. Like, I know so many people that change their babies on their beds, which no problem if you can control the mess, but he just happened to pee everywhere whenever we changed him. So I was like, just let's put him on his changing pad and do it that way. So the next thing is the hatch. I cannot live without the hatch, and honestly it is, one second, it is honestly more of like a me thing, even because I need it every single night to sleep now, and he loves it. As soon as the hatch goes on, he passes out. So the hatch has been a great thing. I honestly think I'm gonna get a hatch for myself once he moves into his room, which is gonna be in like a week here. I'm so upset about it, but he's currently still in his bassinet, which is another thing that I absolutely love. It's the, I forget the name of it, but I will link it down below, of course. It has a nice section underneath, which you could put if you do want to change your baby in your room. It has a nice little ledge thing that you could put all the diapers, wipes, change of clothes, all the things underneath. And it actually does like rock too, but I just lock it in because he doesn't really like the rocking motion of it. But we've really liked it. It has a really high weight limit and it's really large, so he's been able to fit into it, and he's 6 months now. So that's been great for us. I really love it. Honestly, I think any bassinet will really do the job if the weight limit is high and it's a large bassinet. I think those were the two key things for me when it came to bassinet, because I'm having a hard time wanting to move him into his own room, which is killing me. I'm like dreading it. But the next thing I love are his sleep sacks. So he's obviously not in a sleep sack anymore. He is in the Magic Merlin, which we also really, really love. But his sleep sacks were or I should say his swaddles, because he used Velcro swaddles, specifically the halo. So like it got really tight around his rib cage. tight velcroed his arms in, and then it zipped up. So he loved those ones. He used that one specifically for the first like 4 months of his life, and then we changed to the Magic Merlin, which is what our doctor suggested. And I've been seeing a lot of things that the Magic Merlin is pretty difficult to transition out of, so I'm nervous about that, but we'll get to that when we cross that bridge, you know. The next thing is his diaper pail. We have the Munchkin Step Pail, which I do really like. I haven't noticed anything with smell yet, but at the same time, take that with a grain of salt because he's still 6 months old. He's not eating much solids, and his poops don't really stink all that much yet. But I really like how it's the step. You can just open it with your foot, and when you're holding the baby, it's easy just to throw the diaper in. You don't have to maneuver opening it with your hands, all that stuff, and then you just slam it shut. So I really do like our Munchkin Step Pail, but I will update you guys if that changes along the lines, if it's not containing the smell at any point. But so far, so good with our diaper pail. So moving on to my nose, the things that I either do not like at all or things that I think I could have gotten a better option than what I put on my registry. So the first thing is the swing. We got the Maxi Cozy swing for him, and he hated the swing. He is not a swing kid. We put him in the swing a handful of times, and every single time we did, he was screaming, like could not put him down in a swing. So we retired that a while ago. Maybe we kept it in the basement, just maybe we'll pull it out for the next kid, see if they like a swing. I feel like maybe you just have to find the swing that works for your baby or whatever it is. Some babies just don't like the swing, and I have a feeling that was mine. So that was a big no for us. I'm definitely not going to be purchasing another swing to like try out different options. We'll pull that swing out, see if he likes it. Next baby, not he. I say he because I'm used to saying he. We are not pregnant, but yeah, I'll pull the swing out again, see if the next baby likes it, but honestly, it was kind of a bust for us. The next thing is the high chair. Again, I don't know the brand of this, I'll link it, but it kind of looks like the Lalo high chair, and it is just so tiny. I don't know if high chairs are usually that tiny, but I know a lot of my friends have high chairs that are much, much bigger, and I find that the problem with this high chair is the tray table is very small. I love the look. I gotta pick him up now. I love the look of the high chair aesthetically. It is a beautiful high chair, but honestly, it just does not function, I feel like, the way I need it to. The tray table is so small where he is just throwing everything off of it, which I know it's gonna happen regardless, but he definitely... Your head is a little red, buddy. Were you rubbing it? Were you rubbing your head? What is wrong with you? You okay? Oh, I think you're okay. But yeah, the tray table is really tiny and something I don't necessarily love about the high chair. The next thing is a bottle warmer, which this is a bottle warmer in general because personally my baby does not need a warm bottle, so it's something I didn't use. So again, with the every baby is gonna need different things. He is mostly breastfed baby, so off the bat we really don't use a bottle warmer that much, but when we do give him a bottle, we don't warm it because he doesn't care for the, like, he doesn't bother him a cold versus warm bottle. So I do just run it under the sink to warm it like ever so slightly from being in the fridge, but he doesn't need a warm bottle, so we don't use our bottle warmer. The next thing we don't use are our Dr. Brown's bottles. I will occasionally pull them out if all my Philips Avents are dirty, but he doesn't like that nipple very much, so we tend to stay away from them. And on top of that, they are the biggest pain in the butt to clean ever in the whole world. There's 20 million parts to them, and I hate them. So that is something I definitely wouldn't have put on my registry again if I were making it again. I would stick strictly to the Philips Avents. They are 2 parts. He loves the nipple, and that is that. I put so many different brands of Binkies on my registry, and we got like, I swear we have like 50 Binkies in this house. First of all, this kid is really not a Binkies kid, and funny enough, the only Binky he does like is the Dr. Brown's Binky, but he doesn't like the Dr. Brown's bottle. So I have about 50 million binkies in this house that he doesn't use, and obviously you get a pack of every binky. So I have so many binkies that he doesn't like, and it was such a waste of money, such a waste of everything. I wish I did, like, you got one of each binky just to try them out, because I know it is important for babies to try different binkies and see what ones they end up liking. But for us, it was kind of wasteful. The next thing, Lane just crinkled up my list, so I'm gonna try to read that. The next thing is a humidifier. We never pulled it out of the box, so maybe we'll need it down the line, but I haven't used it, and I'm honestly kind of scared to use it because I feel like it's just a mold collector. Everyone that talks about it, even Matt's mom was like, be very careful with the humidifier because they collect so much mold. You have to like really keep them clean and all this, and I'm like, it just seems like a pain in the butt. So the next thing on my list is the Hatch Go, which the Hatch is one of my favorite things of all time, but the Hatch Go I just haven't used. I just haven't used the Hatch Go. So I guess when he naps on the go, he just naps. He doesn't need a sound machine. It's mostly when we're out at stores or a restaurant, and he's actually a really easy child, so I don't need the sound machine every time he sleeps at all, but I do really love the main one for sleeping at night. It also is a really good indicator of bedtime sleep, like real through the night sleep rather than nap time sleep for us. So that's what we do. I also don't really swaddle him during his naps, and honestly when he naps it's usually in the car seat or like we're out and about, at least now because my maternity leave we go out and about so much. The last thing that I honestly don't use all that much is my manual pump and my wall pump. So like I said before, I strictly Haka to pump and not my other types of pumps, so I really didn't need my manual hand pump. I've used it a handful of times, but definitely not something that I really needed. And I think that is going to conclude my list of everything that he's starting to get fuzzy, so it's good for getting this finished up with, but I think that concludes my list of my favorites, my baby essentials, my must-haves, things I'd buy again for a second baby versus things that I did not find so useful and things I would not have gotten again. So with that, I think I'm going to end this one here. This is the second to last day of Vlogmas. I need a little break of the vlog, so I want to do a sit down video and chat with you guys. I know some people requested this video. A lot of you guys are pregnant or new moms and all the things, so want to have a little chit chat. And yeah, subscribe, stick around for the last day of Vlogmas. We'll be going up Saturday, I guess the 20th or 21st, I don't remember. But that will be the last day of Vlogmas, and then I will try to maybe upload once or twice more before the end of the year / before going back to work. So make sure you subscribe, stick around, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Say bye, Lane. Bye.